Hey guys, what's going on? Yeah, this is CT, and it is 8:32 p.m. Eastern Time. Um, so the Moana quest is over, and I gotta say, I thought I was gonna have luck with it, but not really. I don't even know what in the world happened. Um, I was looking at other players uh, trying to like achieve, the character and getting the comfy outfit, and you know, just it's just that I didn't really have much luck. You know, I do have her. I did get her. No, but I had to like pay like a lot just in order to get her. What happened? Well, I don't know, like what was going on with the missions in order to try to get her. Um, there was a lot of things that was just holding me back in terms of getting like those quests done, uh, getting the requirements and everything. And I don't think I would have been able to get her if I was not using if I was not even spending any of my money in order to do that. Um, so yeah, um, but I have her, and I have the comfy outfit, and it was a pretty good quest. Don't get me wrong, but I did find the part where defeating the Kakamoras was kind of annoying. And then, like, what happened was with this, it was all like, okay, so, of course, like, you had to buy, you know, uh, Gramatala, and then next thing you know, you go on to, like, Cena, right? And then who who was the other one? I think after that was probably Chief Tuai, and then Pua, and then this bird, hey. Then came Moi, and then Moana. But yeah, it was like I had to defeat the Kakamora like three, 2 to 3 times already, and yeah. So I don't know, like I was pretty much like running out on time, and I was getting these other characters like maybe like 4 days later into the thing, like because the whole thing was so slow, and I wasn't getting the drops that I needed in order to get the characters like by the snap of the finger, without having to spend any money on the gems or anything in order to get them, and whatever. So I mean there was the thing with this flower requirement, the hibiscus flower, right? Which there were crabs going, crawling around and getting them and whatever, and you had to defeat Kakamoras like 15 times, and I mean these things happen, right? But it's not so much of a big deal. Um, it's just that like not only that, like I thought, I don't know, for some reason like the Grammatala didn't really have much of anything. So the story basically revolved between Sina and Chief Tuai, and I think I'm pronouncing that right. Tui or Tuai or something. I don't know. Anyways, um, I'll get the name. I'll get the name straight. Um, I only saw the Moana thing once. That was pretty good. But anyways, yeah. So this day, so it just basically revolved mostly around Cena and Chief Tuai, and then these other characters, didn't have much to do, like to level up. You had to basically level up these two, you know, and in order to progress through the story, and all of a sudden it was like, what was going on, you know? I tried leveling up, Gramatala a little bit, and nothing happened. No quest, no new quest thing came up. Right now she's at level 3. These guys, Shituai and Cena, they're like level 5, 6, right? Um, Hey was 2. Pua is 3. Maui is 2, and Moana is 2. So yeah, I mean, well, for Moana it makes a lot of sense, but like it was like back and forth between Chief Tuai and Cena. So I don't I don't know. I'm not really sure what to say about that. Because usually like they had like stories that kind of dealt with getting up all the other characters, but this one was I didn't expect it to be like just between those two mostly, and I thought like Grandma Tala would have had something, something going on, but no, she didn't really have anything. And while I was doing that, I was also getting the Mowgli thing. So while that was going on, I defeated I defeated Shere Khan. Like you had to do that 10 times with the 4 Jungle Book characters. Right now I'm trying to get this thing done. I got Mowgli's thing done, and I need to get Baloo and Bagheera, the quest done and everything. So that's about it. You know, um, I think I fully leveled up one of the characters. I can't remember exactly who, but like I'm still working on this toy alien. I got him to like level 9. You need one more level to get to level 10. Okay, that's looking pretty good, for my part. So I don't have to deal with the stress, and that thing anymore. I mean, hands down, Bullseye would be like leveled up in no time, so I don't have to worry about him. So, anyways, yeah. I mean, well, there were. I mean, I know I haven't been doing any of these broadcasts and all that, but I mean, a lot of things has happened. So far, like, my cousin, he passed away. One of my cousins on my mother's side, he passed away sometime around like February, and I had to go Trinidad to for the funeral and everything, and he died from a brain aneurysm, and it's really sad though. I mean, the good news is that I saw him um, one that before, and I mean, if I hadn't seen him, I think I would have been like crying all about, like literally like bawling my eyes out and everything like that. So I mean, that didn't happen. Um, but yeah, I mean, I was sad, and I kept him in my thoughts for a long time and everything. Is he? Am I close? Am I really that close with him? Not, not so much. Not too much or whatever. But I mean, he's like first cousin on my mother's side and everything. He left behind a wife and two kids, a boy and a girl. Um, the boy is older. Uh, Apparently, like my cousin, throughout the years, like my cousins started to look a lot like his own father. And this is the youngest brother. There's like, so it's like two. So, with my cousins and stuff like that on my mother's side, with my aunt, one of my mother's sisters, it's like two boys and two girls, right? So the thing is the second son had passed away, and yeah. So I mean, he like me, like we're both like heavily into cars. We talked about these things like plenty of times. Um, but yeah, he just he he did say one time that he was gonna take me to one of those things and whatever, like one of the so we could spend time and all that stuff, and sadly that didn't happen and everything, and I didn't know what was going on in his life, but I mean around the time when his marriage life happened, he started to like get big and big and big, um, and he was putting on a lot of weight, and then he started looking like a lot like his father, basically, and his son, that he left behind. Well, his father passed away, that's all. But my cousin's son, he started looking a lot like his father. You know, his own, my cousin. He started looking a lot like him and everything, and I was like, holy crap, man, that's crazy. I mean, that was the first time I saw. The last time when I was in Trinidad for the month, that was the first time I've seen the boy, and you know he did his father's funeral and everything. He led the whole thing. He was guided, you know, and by his uncle. My my other cousin right there, and the elder brother, and yeah, so a lot, these things happen, and he was just like in his studies. He didn't really say anything. His daughter was like crying and crying and all that, and it was crazy, you know. But they lived where they lived was like around where the girl got married. Like in the back, like he lives in the back of the girl's parents' house and whatever. He has something like a bit of a house being built in the backyard over there, and like I remember. I have like a pretty vague memory of it, but only just because when I was a lot younger and everything, it looked a lot big, but when I grew up, it started looking a lot smaller than I remembered and everything. And I heard some weird stuff. About, over there, and some things that he was facing, and whatever. Like, it was sad though. Like, what my uncle, I mean, not my uncle, but my cousin right there was going through. And it was like, I was hearing something like, that I think maybe his wife was upset, and especially the parents. Her parents, was unbelievable, because like he was making a lot less. Like he was making a lot less money and everything, and then all of a sudden, like he's, like he was being hated or something like that, and then, like he wasn't being respected or anything like that, with that shit. And I mean, it's just his life, when it comes to getting a job and everything. And, it's just, I didn't like any of that what I was hearing until, like, still when he got promoted and he started making a lot more money. Then, he started being liked and whatever. And I'm like, man, that's so freaking low. It's so, it's just like really, when hearing that, it really pissed me off. And, I mean, who the hell cares about who makes more money, and whatever, and who doesn't? I mean, look, you're married, thing, yeah, I get that. You gotta provide and all that. I get all of that. But at the same time, it's all like, well, what the hell? Look, not everything could go your damn way, or whatever it is you want. It takes time. These things take time. And if you can't understand that, well, whatever. That's just my thing about it. Like, I mean, if there's anything, I'll do like another broadcast, whatever. But yeah, I'll do something, another like broadcast or whatever about it. But anyways, with getting back to the whole thing with the parents and stuff like that, I don't know what to say about his mother and father-in-law. I really don't know what to say about them. The funny thing is, I was staying by my uncle's, and all of a sudden, like, we were going there. We went by the wake house and all that stuff. Thing was, press and stuff like that was being taking place over there and everything. Talking about it, memory, going back to memory lane, and it was great having the family together and all that stuff. There were faces I recognized and faces I did not recognize, So yeah, but like the amount of times like I've been there, I don't know what it is, but like you felt unwelcomed. Let me just put it like that. And the thing is, like, the girl's parents, they know, like, my father's side of the family real well. They know that. And the problem, and what happened was that, like, you had this, like, you had that feeling, and they had that look, towards everything, and it was really weird. I don't know what that had to do with, but like my concern is what's gonna happen with the kids, because like, because my cousin's kids are the link that my cousin's kids are basically the link to the to the to basically their father's side of the family, which you know which is kind of like with my side, pretty much like with my mother's side of the family. And yeah, I I don't know, like I had the feel, I went there a few times, whatever, and then I all I did was that well all I did was I left, like I didn't even go back. So I basically did what I had to do, came back to the States, and and my thoughts were back to where it was, which I was going through some major shit. Okay. And like that's what I was going through. Dealing with life and things like that in general. When it comes to me, like thinking about the future and all that, my future, where it stands with my skills and all that, where I am, where I'm not, because it's like things like that. Because in most cases I'm not where I'm supposed to be, and that's just a problem. And I've been dealing with that kind of thing, and I'm just thinking about what's gonna happen, because I don't even know, and I really do want to know what's gonna happen, but I think I'm just gonna try to do something and get that out of the way, and whatever. The only thing is just like I'm not really wasting any time. It's just that one portion out of my life, is what I'm missing, and that's just it, right? But I'm being like highly educated, being I'm that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to like keep up to date with a lot of things and all that. But in most cases, like with that, I need a lot of help in, and yeah, advice, things like that, things that I never like gone through because I never learned them. And usually like you can't do things if you don't even learn it. So yeah, I've been told like so many things, and it's kind of like I asked, and then I asked, but I asked like my parents basically, because they're the ones that even say it, and I'm like, okay, no, I don't even know, but I'm more like smarter in other areas, and so basically the whole thing is like pretty much like job wise, and it's like I want to do something, I don't care, yeah. Because I'm thinking about all this thing with personal life, getting on with your life and everything, and yeah. So there's that. And then next thing you know, it's I'm dealing with my health, and I kind of stopped playing, my PS4. Kind of stopped that. But I'll come back to it, like, from time to time. Um, yeah, right now I'm just trying to get myself into something, trying to, like, do all that other stuff. So that's basically it. I just can't, a lot of things happen, and it's just crazy what happened over time. Um, so that's where I'm at right now. Like certain setbacks, everything. Uh, Mother's Day was pretty bad. Whew. Was really bad by me. A lot of drama, a lot of like, you know, family drama, more like parent drama going on, and I just can't stand that. My brother and I was supposed to go out with my mother and all that stuff, but that didn't happen. And yeah, I just don't want to get into it. I really don't. It's just depressing, and the way how the idea is that I kind of lived my life pretty much like that, which wasn't really my choice. You know, Basically it was theirs. Whatever is going on, whatever the situation is, and it's kind of like, what do you do? What do you do? How do you deal with that crap? I've been dealing with that type of thing like since my teens, and whatever. I'm all like, this is insane, because it's like a repetition. It's so repetitive. It's not even funny, and and it's like, okay, what do you learn out of that? You as the child, what are you supposed to learn out of all of that? Nothing, right? What do you say to those things? Don't even know. I mean, you tried. You tried. You tried doing something. You tried not doing something. And the next thing you know, you get the shaft. It's crazy. But that's it. Um. Anyways, yeah. I this is where this is where I'm at. So I don't know when I'm gonna do another broadcast on anything about this or whatnot. I don't even know. Um, but yeah, a lot of things has happened to me over, like, the few months and everything, and tomorrow's tomorrow's my brother's birthday, so I'm gonna try to celebrate. He's been busy with stuff, with school and work and all that, and he's my youngest brother, so I don't know. I don't know why. But anyways, it's good to be back. Out of all of that, what has happened, a lot of this craziness. Um, oh, okay, so I'll see you guys later.